Emo. Emotional music for emotional people. E-M-O.
Did you even watch this before putting it up? Brief History of Emo.
Emo.
This is gonna be just like ours.
It's slightly different.
Today, emo comes in many forms. Malt punk, pop mosh, popcore, screamo, and the teenage employees at Hot Topic.
But the word emo is rich with history.
Emo music was born in 1983 in Washington, D.C., the minute after Minor Threat broke up.
The following year, a new band called Rites of Spring formed.
Rites of Spring had all the frenzy of punk, but something different too.
Singer Guy Peixoto had a new kind of singing style.
His lyrics were personal and emotional. His passionate voice would explode at the climax of the songs, singing to the point of exhaustion.
The following summer would then become known as Revolution Summer, pointing to the emergence of bands with sung vocals and slower tempos that grew out of the DC scene.
This included such bands as Shudder to Think, Beefeater, and most importantly, Ian MacKay's new band, Embrace.
Embrace encapsulated the new DC sound, and by January 1986, Fashion Magazine would apocryphally coin the term emo core.
I'd like to pause here for a second and say that nobody likes being called emo, even if and especially if you're in an emo band. As Ian MacKay once said,
Emo-core must be the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Emotional hardcore. As if hardcore wasn't emotional to begin with. Anyway.
So my fucking mom threw my fucking sandwich I was saving in the fucking fridge.
Emo core spread to the West Coast and the Midwest, and by the late 80s, most people just called it emo. Then in the 90s, emo spread its wings.
While maintaining all the punk tenets of DIY, bands like Indian Summer and especially Moss Icon became huge influences.
everybody please go home right now and listen to Moss Icon.
Chicago's Cap'n Jazz became the forefathers of Heartland emo, with their jangly smart and saccharine sound.
With bands like Sunny Day Real Estate from Seattle, Piebald from Massachusetts, and Bright Eyes from Omaha, emo was spreading like the saddest, whitest, most desperate plague in the whole wide world.
But I fell for the promise of a life with a purpose. But I know that that's impossible now.
Devastating.
But in my professional opinion, the Get Up Kids' 1999 album, Something to Write Home About, was by far the largest spark to emo. It garnered both widespread acclaim and universal attention. I also made this painting inspired by the album.
Around then, emo went mainstream. Heavier bands like Thursday and pop-punk bands like Jimmy Eat World got on MTV.
By the early 2000s, emo became a four-letter word. The rise of LiveJournal and MySpace helped the culture of emo to grow beyond the music.
Sure, Vagrant Records was signing Alkaline Trio, Saves the Day, and our High Priest of Crime, Chris Caramba of Dashboard Confessional, but emo transcended music to become both a lifestyle and an insult.
And then My Chemical Romance happens, and Gerard Way becomes our new god, and then the Fueled by Ramen label makes pop emo famous with Paramore and Panic at the Disco, and then there's a fake thing called the emo revival, but honestly only nerds on Twitter care about that. And that's the end.
Until now. 2017, bringing the emergence of the #1 best emo act of all time, Rest Me Now. Rest Me Now consists of me, in my room, playing songs from my bleeding heart. The song's called Edging. Kill me in the darkness of my heart, edging into oblivion. Shallow smiles and
What
plain
is he doing?
On the script.
Edging.
Wait. You forgot to mention brand new.
Huh?
Jawbox, Policy of Three, Appleseed Cast, Promise Ring, Kite Flying Society. You barely even touched on Screamo. Come on, guys.
Kill me in the darkness of my heart, edging into oblivion.
This must be the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Find out more about emo music at your local library.